Greatness you, we are back. Okay, well, hopefully this one works because I posted up last night, and let me make sure my mic is working here. So I posted last night my first live stream, which was exciting, right? To be my first to be my first StreamYard, which was cool because I'm loving it so far, and I do love the platform. Other than I have to do Instagram separately. So StreamYard is cool. I do like the setup. The problem is internet connection and Wi-Fi. So right now it literally looks like I'm already glitching on my laptop. So if it is glitching and you hop on the live via StreamYard in front of me on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, please just comment. I definitely want these to be high quality. That's why I pay for services. I pay like $200 a month between apps and resources and social media things. So I want to be really good for you all. So if you're just tuning into the replay, skip ahead. I'll put skip ahead to like 2 minutes. But anyways, hopefully this works. It is loud. I'm in a loud environment. And speaking of rejection, I'm going to talk about rejection for many reasons, but I just got rejected so many times just trying to start this live. I got rejected by my mic stand. I have to get a new mic stand. It's coming in tomorrow for my microphone. Hopefully the mic, you can even hear me on it. My laptop completely froze, like even before this, when I was just getting it started. So that's rejection right there. Rejection is all day, every day. And in some cases, like we face so much of it, but people don't understand that redirection, that rejection is really just like redirection. Like it's just redirecting you to the next thing, redirecting you to take a breather sometimes. Like I literally just had to sit here and like having technical difficulties, and I'm not sure if like my StreamYard stream is working so properly. It might just be the Instagram one that is the only like high quality one on my phone. So yeah, I mean, it's just, there's just a lot going on, but I'm just being redirected to the next resource, redirected to the next lessons you learned. And I think that's a huge part of it. And Francesca's over there doing a call too. So it's just busy, man. Happy Sunday, fun day. It is constant progression, constant productivity, constant growth, and impact here. So growth and impact does not take a day off. It's 7 days a week, and you have to go from good to great, to go from average to go from average and modest, and just a good person to a great person. You have to grow and work every single day, 7 days a week. Most people take off on Sundays because they say it's the Lord's Day, which I worship the Lord for a couple hours this morning. But then everybody sits on their butt and watches football and pigs out all the rest of Sunday because it's, the Sabbath, or it's the Lord's Day, except the Lord, when he is his first 6 days, he made the entire universe and more. And then on Sunday, on the seventh day, he rested. Now, most people don't even work half the week, and then they give themselves off. They give themselves half the week off. They give themselves Saturday off. They give themselves Sunday off as well, just to sit around when they didn't really accomplish anything during the week. But that's just the average, person, the people that have maybe an average life, a good life. But we're taking people from good to great, from average to amazing. And that's possible for everyone. Even for me, I'm a mess, I'm a disaster. Look at me, I'm trying to figure out the technology and StreamYard and make these things work to broadcast to the world, but it's part of the process. It's part of, not getting rejected, but redirected. And that's what I wanted to speak on today. So hopefully you're staying with me. Hopefully this stream is working good. I really want this to work and continue to work for all the platforms, so I can stream on them all at the same time. Like right now I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So please follow me, connect with me on every platform. If you're not already, LinkedIn is my favorite platform, and it's going to be all the next year and probably forever as far as I can see, because I think a lot of this other social medias are so saturated and can come and go at any time. But LinkedIn is really the present and the future, and here to stay for a long time, for the working place, for professionals, for connection, but also just to grow as professionals and as people. So anyways, LinkedIn is my favorite, but let's get into the message. Let's get into having a chat about some serious stuff. So people really have rejection messed up. When they face rejection, they say, well, I guess it wasn't for me. They get rejected from school. They get rejected from a job. Well, I guess college wasn't for me because I got rejected, or I guess a good job wasn't for me because I keep getting rejected by good jobs. Well, I guess that business wasn't for me because I keep failing at it, or I keep making mistakes. I guess a healthy, happy relationship is not for me because I keep getting rejected by girls, or keep getting rejected by guys, or whatever the case is. So it may be a relationship isn't for me. So that's how people register with rejection, but that's not how life is. Rejection, we need rejection to grow. We need rejection to redirect us. And that's what God is often doing. God is not closing a door on you to say, screw you. God is closing a door, or whatever the case is, or not allowing you to have that opportunity, or having that thing come to an end to redirect you, not reject you, but to redirect you to the next best opportunity, to the next best resource, to the next best person, whatever that is. That is what's happening in that process. But sometimes we don't see it as that. So we have to ask ourselves, like, when I get rejected, when I face adversity, when I face rejection, is God redirecting me? Because God never promised no problems. There's nowhere where you can say that God promised no problems. Life is promised no problems. You can't have a good life. You surely can't have a great life and an incredible life and make an impact without significant rejection. I get rejected every single day by something in some way, where most people would say, would cry for themselves, would say, oh, poor me. Oh, I guess it's not for me. Oh, I guess I should stop. But that only fires me up even more. It helps me push through even more. It helps me grow even more. If there's not rejection, if there's not adversity, we can't become good people and have a good life. Because if everything was just given to us, we wouldn't have to become more, or do more, or learn anything, or grow through anything to become something, to become a better person, to become someone of more influence, to become someone of better leadership, if everything was just easy and handed to us. So hopefully this is registering to you guys. Hopefully this is working. Hopefully my stream is on fire. I'm so happy to post these things. I love it. It looks good on my end, but hopefully it is the same for y'all as well. We will see after if the signal, if the Wi-Fi, if the quality of the StreamYard after this is not good again. I'm probably just going to cancel the service, because I've tried different ways now. But besides the point, get back into this. The message today, and we were watching, but that's the biggest thing. God never promised no problems. He just promised to be with us through the thick of it. That's the thing. Like, we're promised to have a partner. We're promised to have a person, a support system through the thick of it, not ever have problems. Because if you don't have problems, you can't have solutions, and you can't be happy. You can't help other people be happy. You can't help other people have a good life without adversity and without problems. Just a sec. Let me grab my water back here. Body Armor. This is not sponsored by Body Armor today. It is brought to you by Top Shark Branding. Thank you, Top Shark. Let's go. Okay, next to our points on rejection. And Haggai chapter 2. So this is some stuff from the good old book. But Haggai chapter 2 basically says the glory of the present house will be greater than that of the former house. So like, the better is yet to come if we go through the problems, if we grow through the adversity, and if we can see that getting rejected is just redirecting us. So if we can take the message like that, if we can take getting rejected to be getting redirected, if we can really embrace that, then we can realize that the best is yet to come, and life is going to get better, and better things are going to happen. But we can also enjoy where we are now, and that we've overcome adversity, and that we are in a better place because we've experienced rejection, but we realize we're getting redirected into something bigger and better for ourselves and for our lives. And this is the problem. We have to deal with trauma. Most people don't deal with trauma, their childhood trauma, their teenage trauma, their early adult trauma, their relationship trauma, their trauma with the workplace, trauma with whatever it is, any type of trauma. You have to deal with that trauma you went through, so that trauma, so that drama or trauma, doesn't become your template and your ceiling as to what you're capable of. Okay, so what I mean by that is most people have limiting belief stories. Their trauma and their drama from the past is now still navigates and determines their future and their present today. So because of what happened in the past, this is most people. This isn't like one random person or just one story for something out of the ordinary. This is most people, most everyday people, walking through life today. They still replay in their head almost daily or even more than daily. Drama or trauma from the past that cause them to have limiting beliefs and stories that keep playing over and over again that literally limit their life experience, that limit their life satisfaction, that limit these things so that they literally cannot move forward, they cannot grow even more. So that is a big reason, and the biggest reason why we have to deal with trauma and deal with trauma, because it will become our template and our lens through how we see everything in life. And it will also limit us to what we are capable of, what we're capable of achieving, what we're capable of experiencing, what we're capable of, um, how satisfied we can be, how good our life can be, will be limited by the drama and trauma that we go through and that we learn from and move forward with. Next point, you have become distracted and discouraged. And the best way to for the enemy, for the negativity to get to you, is to become distracted and to become discouraged. And when we get rejected, when we experience rejection or adversity, it's easy for us to get distracted on what's not really important in the picture and become discouraged. And that's when the enemy, when the negative energy of the world, not even just the enemy like the devil, but like the devil people, the bad, the negative people of the world, um, when they can capitalize the most, when you can get most distracted and most discouraged, is in rejection, in adversity. So you have to refrain from becoming distracted and discouraged. Get back on track and get redirected to where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing. This was huge. Listen to this. Sometimes you're missing things that God is bringing because you're distracted by what God removed. Sheesh, I'll say that again. Sometimes you are missing things that God is bringing into your life, all good and better things, because you're distracted by what God removed. So, oh man, remove that person out of my life, remove that job, remove that opportunity, removed this thing out of my life. And you're so focused on what is now, what has already left your life and now what's in the past, that you can't see and you can't welcome in and you can't embrace the good things that God has planned for us and for our lives, because you're so stuck on what already happened in the past. Oh, my mom died. Oh, I lost my job. This trauma, this drama. Someone was talking shit about me. Whatever the case is, these things that happened to us in the past are blocking the blessings that God has coming for us, because we can't get past our drama and our trauma. So the future is filtered. The future that we can see. It's getting louder here. I need to buy a studio. I'm gonna buy a whole freaking studio. That's all just for me and recording. All right. I only got a couple points left. Lock in. Let's come back. The future is filtered through your ignorance. You don't even know what's going to happen later today. So the future is filtered through your ignorance, because you ignore how important it is to forget about the past and not project negativity on the future, and just focus on the present, because today matters. Today's the most important day of your entire life, and today is what is going to determine tomorrow. And so we already put in the future, we already put that out there through our ignorance. Oh man, it's not going to happen for me. I'm never going to be rich. I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to be wealthy. I'm never going to get a job like that. It's probably going to be crappy weather tomorrow. People are probably going to be mean to me tomorrow. And so we project that into the future with our ignorance. And what do we get? We get exactly what we expect. So yeah, it's crazy how I've just changed so much from being worried, being stressed about future, and saying like the past screwed me up or something, and just focus on today. Today, how can I get better? How can I make today my masterpiece? How can I get healthier mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally? How can I get stronger? How can I get more efficient? How can I get more productive today? And where am I being redirected to? What's the next best thing for me? What's the next best resource? Who's the next best person I can talk to? What's the next best business move that I can make? And that is what's most important, is having the right filter for today rather than filtering the future with our ignorance, which is what most happens, because it's an ego thing, because our ego needs to think that there's a tomorrow and yesterday. And so it always stays there and always thinks about the past and the future, and won't just think about the now and be in the now and focus on what can I do better today? How can I be a better person? How can I be a better mom? How can I be a better dad? How can I be a better brother, sister, nephew, niece? How can I be a better coworker? How can I be a better spouse? Whatever that is to you. Sometimes, these are just bombs after bombs. Michael and Goody Goody says, hey, live from the Goody Goody location. If you're in Tampa, go to Hyde Park Village and go to Goody Goody Diner. It's a good spot. Back on track here, and I'm going to drop more bombs, so just listen. This is one to take notes on, to write down. This one says, this is from Stephen Furtick. Sometimes what holds you hostage is a story that you tell yourself that never really happened, like you ingrained it into your heart. There are stories, and I see this every day, all the time. Family, friends, partners in business, coworkers, people that live in my building, my neighborhood. There are stories of people that you are probably telling yourself, and even me too. I got to dig at some stuff. I got to dig deep, man. Just get this stuff out of me. Any stories, any BS. So there are stories that you tell yourself that are keeping you hostage, that are holding you hostage. These stories that hold you hostage, and that tell, because you've been telling yourself for so long, that never really happened, like you ingrained it into your heart, right? Like, most of the time when people talk about their trauma or drama, it's not as bad usually as people make it out to be. Their life circumstances are not as bad as people usually make it out to be. So because we tell that story to ourselves over and over again so many times, it becomes real to us, exactly how we remember it, exactly how we ingrain it into our brains and our hearts, if that makes sense. So yeah, he said, wow, maybe the smell is coming from, did you like that one? Maybe the smell is coming from the inside of the car. Maybe it's you, maybe you're the problem. And a wise guy once said, you got an issue, it's you. And yeah, that's a cheesy saying, but it's real. Most of the time what people are experiencing is because of your own negativity. It's because of their own stories that you've been telling yourself for so long, your own trauma and drama that keeps getting replayed over and over in your head. So take that into consideration. And I'll finish on this, but what's really important is that wishing, wanting, and waiting won't get you to where you want to go. Wishing for a better life is not going to get you a better life. Wanting a better life is not going to get you a better life. Waiting for a better life is not going to get you a better life. Wishing for better income is not going to get you a better income. Wanting a better income is not going to grant you a better income. And waiting for better income is definitely not going to make it happen. If you want a healthier body, wishing for a better body is not going to make it happen. Wanting a better body is not going to make it happen. Wishing for a better body is not going to make it happen. It sure as hell not. Focusing on today, because today matters, and putting your action steps to action today that correlate with your goals and exactly what you want and your desires. That's the only thing that's going to possibly get you anything that you desire. It's your frame of reference. It's your lens, and it's just how you see. It's how you see the world. So just stay in the present, focus on today. We control what we can control, and realize that rejection is just redirection. I've been rejected so many times in my life, and I'm so grateful for the attitude and for the mindset that I have around it, because I've always been redirected to the next best thing, the next best person, the next best mentor, the next best book, the next best podcast, the next best business for me, because that's how I see it. When you see, if I would have seen rejection, how most people see rejection, I'd be in a bad place. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I surely wouldn't be where I am today. I surely wouldn't have the mindset and the vision and the support system that I have today if I saw rejection as most people do. But when I see it as redirection, the world is mine, and I can just keep getting redirected to fulfill my purpose and to live out God's plan for my life. And I wish the same for you. So happy Super Sunday fun day. Have a good one. See y'all this week.